guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and welcome to another career mode video, except this time it's a little bit more of a reminiscent type of video. I really wanted to have a look back at some of my best, most notable career mode signings for a number of reasons. And one that I wanted to look at was how many times have I made a signing in career mode that would later go on to actually come into reality? After doing a pretty substantial amount of research, I've been doing career modes for a long time, okay? My earliest career mode on this channel is from FIFA 12. So I had a lot of research to do. But we have come up with 7 times that my career modes successfully predicted a real life transfer in football. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, these are 7 times my career modes correctly predicted the future. Now, the first transfer, ladies and gentlemen, is Neymar to Barcelona. All the way back in FIFA 13, I did a Barcelona career mode back in September. So that would be September 2012. I started a career mode with Barcelona, and I would go on to sign Neymar and put him into the team.
Neymar's accepted the offer. Sweet. Welcome Neymar for 46 million for 165,000 a week with a 10% bonus if he scores a goal.
Of course, fast forward about 10 months later, and Neymar would sign for Barcelona in real life in July 2013. Again, 10 months before the actual transfer happened, I made the signing in FIFA 13 career mode. Now, I'm not going to have this one super high up on the list or anything like that. I don't really rate it incredibly highly because there were a lot of talks that Neymar was going to go to Barcelona. It, of course, wasn't set in stone. The transfer that we did happen nearly a year before the actual transfer itself happened, but there was a pretty good chance Neymar was either going to go Barcelona, Real Madrid. But in the end, he did go to Barcelona, and this prediction, or this at least career mode signing, ended up becoming a winner. Moving on to the next career mode signing, and again, maybe not as big a name, but it's Morgan Schneiderlin to Manchester United. In FIFA 15, I did a Manchester United career mode, and in October 2014, I put out an episode where I went ahead and signed Morgan Schneiderlin from Southampton.
And we're also waiting to hear back on Morgan Schneiderlin, who we are trading for Alisson because I fucking hate that dude so much. He's just an awful player in this career mode. For 3 years and 130 grand, we are trading him instant swap for Alisson, and I'm so happy about it because I just couldn't stand him any longer. He's gone. We got Morgan Schneiderlin instead.
Of course, fast forward again another 9 months or so, and Morgan Schneiderlin would sign for Manchester United from Southampton in real life. I think at the time, maybe the rumours surrounding Morgan Schneiderlin to Manchester United were not exactly as prolific as Neymar to Barcelona, for example. So I feel like this signing maybe is a little bit more of an impressive prediction. But yeah, Schneiderlin, we ended up signing him to Manchester United about 9 months before he would end up going and signing for Manchester United in real life. Sticking though with the Manchester United career mode, and this one is definitely a much bigger one than Morgan Schneiderlin. This one is Paul Pogba returning to Manchester United from Juventus. In that very same FIFA 15 Manchester United career mode in October of 2014, I signed Paul Pogba and brought him back from Juventus to Manchester United.
Paul Pogba, welcome back to Manchester United. New manager. We know how good you are this time. You're getting first team games, I swear to God.
Now, Paul Pogba, of course, ever since he made it big and started really doing well for himself in Juventus over in Serie A, there, of course, were plenty of people in the Manchester United camp that were like, what the hell did we do? Why did we let this man go? We have to bring him back. And of course, those talks would have happened fairly early on. But in my defense, this transfer did not happen for nearly another 2 full years after I made it. We made the signing of Paul Pogba to Manchester United in October of 2014, and Paul Pogba would end up signing in 2016 in the July transfer window. So that is pretty much like 22 months after we made that signing. Paul Pogba then would eventually move back to Manchester United. I think for that reason alone, despite the fact that obviously aside from fans just simply wanting him back, maybe there not being any actual plans in the works to bring him to the club, I still think for that reason alone, and just for the sake that it was an entire year later compared to Schneiderlin's, that Pogba probably just gets the advantage on this occasion. The next transfer is by far the longest gap between the actual signing that I made in FIFA and the actual transfer happening in real life. This one, ladies and gentlemen, would be Arturo Vidal joining Barcelona. Going back to that very FIFA 13 Barcelona career mode where, yes, I did sign Neymar, I would also, in a few later episodes, go on and sign Arturo Vidal to Barcelona as well.
That was a pretty good result, and Arturo Vidal accepted the contract offer, as I just said, and that is brilliant because he, apart from Neymar, is probably my best signing apart from Neymar.
Again, that video came out in September 2012. Arturo Vidal would go on to sign for Barcelona in August 2018, people. Nearly 6 full years after I made that signing, the transfer eventually happened. By far, the longest gap between making a signing in a career mode and it actually eventuating in reality, whatever the bloody word is. I don't know, I can't speak. But I genuinely do not know if there is any transfer I have ever made at any point in any career mode that has taken that long to come to life. That is such an insane amount of time. That is over 2,000 days after I made that signing that Vidal would finally go to Barcelona. I don't think I'm ever going to top that as long as I live. That is nearly 6 full years. That is mental. But there are still 3 more left that, to me personally, I think are even more impressive than a 6-year wait for a transfer to pull off. This next one will be Joel Matip going to Liverpool. And it's not just the fact that we ended up getting Joel Matip, signing him for Liverpool. It's also the manner in which he joined.
I should go for it. Joel Matip, I genuinely think could be pretty good in this game. I still don't think any of them are going to accept for some weird reason. One of them has. It's only Matip.
I signed Joel Matip in a FIFA 16 Liverpool career mode, which was started up on October 2015. At the beginning of the following season, Joel Matip would sign on a free transfer to Liverpool in July 2016. Now, I didn't just buy or get Joel Matip and bring him to Liverpool. I also got the exact same method of how we signed him into the club. We got him on a pre-contract with Liverpool, and then he joined us the following season, just like he did in real life, or as he would eventually go on to do in real life as well. Yes, even though the gap in time between me making the transfer in FIFA and it actually happening in real life isn't maybe that massive, only like 8 or 9 months or so, you still gotta give props, and I've still gotta, just for the fact that we got him on a free transfer from Schalke in FIFA 16, and literally the exact same thing to a T happened in real life as well. That's definitely up there for me. I rate that one because I literally completely nailed the transfer as it would happen, but I don't think it is the most impressive prediction signing that we made in that Liverpool career mode, not by a long shot. Because the penultimate prediction signing would be me getting the one and only Alisson Becker to Liverpool in that FIFA 16 career mode, the very same one. In October 2015, just like with Joel Matip, so yes, I maybe didn't get the exact method of him joining Liverpool correct, I ended up getting Alisson as well on a pre-contract from back in his days where he was still balling out in Brazil. He hadn't even joined Roma at this point. He wasn't even an 80-something overall. He was only a high 70s.
Alisson is definitely one of those players I'm looking to get. Alisson, whatever it is. The first one's going to be Alisson, the Brazilian goalkeeper from the Brazilian league, which should be an absolute terrific pickup, hopefully. So we'll absolutely accept for him.
So we picked up Alisson when he was still got almost a little bit of a baby. He didn't have his beard yet. He didn't have the crazy ass facial hair. And he definitely wasn't a now 90-something rated, absolute, quite possibly best goalkeeper in the world and the Golden Glove winner, the voted greatest keeper in the game today. As I mentioned before, we made that signing in October 2015 in the game, and then he would end up joining Liverpool about nearly 3.5 or just maybe around 3 or so years later, it was probably just under 3 years later, in July 2018. So that is a significant chunk of time between me making the signing in career mode and him actually joining Liverpool in real life. So that is honestly, just for the fact that, again, there's a pretty sizable gap there. We eventually got the prediction correct, or the signing down, that Alisson would join Liverpool, but just for the player that he has become as well, that I feel definitely has to go a certain way too. But for me, we have come to what I personally believe to be my creme de la creme, my greatest prediction of all of these. Yes, to me, better than Liverpool signing Alisson 3 years before he would join in real life, and well before he was the world-class keeper that he was. And so, here it is, people. The number one career mode signing that would end up predicting the future in all of my near 7 to 8 years of doing career mode in FIFA on YouTube. This is the number one. It belongs to Jetro Willems joining Newcastle United. In FIFA 16, I started up a Newcastle United career mode, and that was at the beginning of January 2016. I signed a then, mid-70s to high 70s left back, and to be fair, he pretty much still is around about the same overall today. But we signed him in January of 2016, a then young PSV left back by the name of Jetro Willems.
Now, Jetro Willems, who looks like he's going to get a bit of a payday off of this. Contract offer accepted only a few days later, no hassles, no squad role, and we've got our first signing.
Which means that the gap between me signing Willems in January 2016 and him signing for Newcastle in real life August 2019 is about 3.5 years, a little over that amount of time. But the story of Jetro Willems signing for Newcastle United and me predicting that signing does not end here. Last year, I went to my very first ever Newcastle United away day. Of course, it was an amazing day for me. I got to experience my first away day atmosphere, got to see my team Newcastle only for like the third time ever. Got to experience the incredible, amazing Anfield atmosphere, which was overrated as fuck. And one of the men that happened to be playing for Newcastle United that day was none other than the man that I had signed in my FIFA 16 career mode years and years ago, Jetro Willems. And ladies and gentlemen, he didn't just play, he did this.
Willems forward. Oh, tries luck. What about that? Absolute thunderbolt. First goal in the Premier League for the summer signing Jetro Willems. And Newcastle put the cattle amongst the pigeons early at Anfield.
Jetro Willems, the man that I signed in a Newcastle United career mode over 3 years ago, would sign for my club in real life, would play a game live in front of me, and would score for Newcastle against Liverpool at Anfield. It is one of the most surreal, insane moments I think I have ever experienced as both a FIFA fan and a football fan combined. But I hope now you understand why me signing Alisson to Liverpool years before he would actually go there is, to me personally, not even remotely close to the signing of Jetro Willems to Newcastle, and for the moment and the experience that he would go on to give me. But there you go, people. 7 times my career modes have predicted the future. I do want to thank everyone that sort of submitted times that I made a transfer and it ended up happening in real life, but I do have to give a special shout out. My mate Brad Prescott put in work to find a few of these signings, and he's also doing an insane Masters FC spreadsheet at the moment where he's keeping track of literally almost all the stats for the entire series. He's doing bits, so I gotta give props. I will have another video coming out in the near future, and that is going to be me looking at my greatest ever career mode signings. Basically all the players that maybe I picked up when they were still just a baby, only starting off their footballing careers, weren't super high overall, and now they've shot up and become absolute world beaters. So yeah, I'll be figuring out who the greatest career mode signing I have ever made is in terms of how much they've grown as a footballer. That'll hopefully be coming soon. If you're interested in that and you aren't subscribed, then please make sure you do so, because I got plenty more like that coming around the corner. And yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next career mode videos, or just the next videos in general, thank you all for watching. I think I've said it before, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you later. Bye-bye.